Hello everyone! It's been so long and I meant to start posting videos again a month ago or so, but then I got scared and real life stuff just kept piling up. But after an existential crisis, 2 mental breakdowns and a few therapy sessions, I feel ready to start to get back on track with posting videos. We'll just ignore that it's March already because I'm choosing to be happy. So, a while ago, I made a poll on what would you like the first video of 2026 to be about, and how to create your OC won by a landslide. So, based on what I've seen as a reader and what I've experienced as an artist, I created a guide on doing exactly just that. I will explain all the essentials you need, and at the end of the video, we'll put your OC to the test with a quiz. If you can answer all the questions, then your character is ready to go. Before we dive in, you will see me design and draw my new character, Lyriel. It's for a comic contest created by a collaboration between Clip Studio Paint and pixiv. The goal is to submit an original comic before March 31st, and there are 2 themes, free and journey. You can submit your work to either and win a cash prize and a CSP license, which is great! All the information is linked in the description. When designing a character, sometimes we already have a bunch of set ideas on what we want them to look like or be like, but if we don't cover all the aspects we need to create their story, they can feel incomplete or even inconsistent. First thing we have to decide on is what does my character want and why. Give them a goal, an objective, a clear desire for something and the motivation behind it. The story should show what our character wants at the beginning and end when they either achieve it or fail to do so. It can be something as simple as finding the best coffee in town, or getting the boy of their dreams, or in Lyriel's case, prove to her master that she is ready to be a mage. A character that doesn't have a clear goal can drive the story forward and feels passive in their own story, which could lead to a boring story. Anyway, would you read a comic where the main character doesn't want anything in life and does nothing? Some stories do start like that, but they quickly give the character something they want, be it because of a tragedy, or falling in love, or a foul smell coming from your neighbor's bed next door, only to find out he is murdering people and chopping them into pieces, but somehow he always manages to dodge the police despite multiple clues pointing in his direction. The next step is to decide what strengths and flaws they have. Are they hardworking, hot-headed, brave, insecure? Try to keep them balanced so that you don't end up with someone who is just Mr. Perfect. Characters with no flaws are not very interesting. Weaknesses make an OC feel more human and believable, thus making the reader empathize with their struggles. I'm going to use Hazel and Mark as the examples from my webcomic True Colors. They are teenagers at the tender age of exploring new feelings and drama, all sprinkled with conflict. While Hazel is a very cheerful character, he avoids talking about his problems and insecurities like the plague. As for Mark, he is straightforward and honest about his thoughts, but due to his short temper, he often acts on impulse before thinking things through. In my opinion, you should go about 60-40 and give your characters almost as many weaknesses as the skills they have. You can even have your character's strength be their flaw too. Like a brutally honest person who speaks the truth even when they shouldn't. My dog just passed away. Oh good, you won't smell like pee anymore. So, we got our OC all shaped, and it's time we think about what we actually want to do with them. You can go 3 different ways. Your protagonist can have a positive arc, which means that throughout the story they become a better version of themselves. A negative arc will have your character be worse off morally or emotionally than at the beginning of your story. And lastly, a neutral arc, where your character stays the same and instead you focus on how their environment changes with their influence. This last one is less recommended because it's hard to make an entertaining story where the protagonist doesn't change at all. But if that's your kind of story, feel free to experiment and see what works on for you, and especially your readers. Alright, we know who our character is, we know who they're going to be, we're only missing one thing, a backstory. Now, a character's past is not usually the main focus of the story, but it does define how they think and their current decisions. A wary and skittish OC may have a tragic past where they lost everything because they trusted the wrong people. Or, just like the character you saw me draw in the background, Lyriel, being treated like a child by everyone made her want to prove themselves and rush into things, which of course will have consequences. It's important that you write down the character's backstory to keep in mind how they will react to certain things, and maybe create some foreshadowing when relevant, but this information should be kept to yourself and reveal only what's relevant to the story. Otherwise, it will just become an info dump on your readers and they will get bored. Alright, we've done the work, now it's time for the visual design. I think I talked about this before, but I'm sure you could recognize these characters based on their silhouettes, right? A good silhouette makes a character memorable and instantly recognizable, so you can use their height, body proportions, clothes, and other elements to create that unique shape. And not only that, you can also have to take into account body language. If a character is crouching down and trying to make themselves as small as possible, it tells us they are shy or fearful. However, if they are shown with their chest puffed up and a big confident smile, we can assume this is a confident and energetic character. Expressions can also aid us into showing their personality, rather than just telling the audience. Try to imagine your character in different situations and draw their reaction to it. What face will they make if they ate something delicious? What if they saw something disgusting? How will they react to getting terrible news? What about good news? The more you know, the easier it will be for you to communicate without words how your character feels. Lastly, a character's interior should reflect on the way they look. What kind of clothes do they wear? Do they look clean and tidy? Are they messy and full of stains? What kind of items will they never forget to take everywhere? This video is not sponsored by anyone, my channel is way too small for that yet, but I recommend using Milanote to create your OC's spreadsheet and have all the information in one place. It's free to use and very intuitive too. You can just drag pictures into it, create mood boards, notes, timetables, and more. Or if you're easily overwhelmed by possibilities, they also have a wide range of different templates ready to go and fully editable. I use the free version, and while it does have a limit of 100 elements, I'm pretty happy with it, and it's helped me shape the story for Lyriel. Okay, so now you're all set up and ready to go. Of course, I'm not saying that my way is the right way and that you should only listen to me. By all means, shower yourself with information from multiple sources from people with more experience than I have. Like these guys over here. Please check them out, they are great! Alright, it's time for the OC quiz. We'll cover the 10 main subjects. So, you can open a new document in Milanote, WordPad, or grab your pencil. Ready? Let's go! 1. Basic information. Name, age, gender, sexuality, role in the story, and occupation or social role. 2. Their goal. What does the character want more than anything? Why do they want it? What happens if they fail? 3. Personality. Strength. List 3 to 5 positive traits. Weaknesses. List 2 to 4 flaws. Fears. What does the character fear most? Here, my advice is that you always keep one more strength than flaws. 4. Backstory. What moment in their past shaped who they are today? What was their family situation? Did they have important relationships? Do they have a secret from their past? 5. Character arc. Who are they at the beginning of the story? What belief or flaw is holding them back? How will they change by the end of the story? 6. Abilities. What are they good at? What are they bad at? 7. Visual design. What's their body type? What's their clothing style? Do they have any distinctive features? What's something they always carry? 8. Body language. What's their default posture? What's their resting expression? How do they sit when nobody's watching? 9. Relationships. Who is their ally? Who is their enemy? Which person affects or influences them the most? 10. As summary. Now here's the challenge. Describe your character in one sentence. Let's put Lyriel as an example for this. A young elf mage who wants to prove her worth but must learn that rushing to use time magic will have timeless consequences. I hope this helps you complete your OC for your story. You can gush in the comments about them. I would love to read about your characters. As for mine, you can read my webcomic True Colors on WEBTOON and Tapas. And once I'm done, I will also post Lyriel's story on both platforms. I think I'm gonna call it Timeout or something like that. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!